So we've got a Waid Zaid update for you. This is Sweetcast. I'm Clint. So I'm Mark Zaid. I mean, is this guy really a lawyer? I feel like I'm. This is a joke. He seems like a troll. On Twitter you follow this guy and he keeps bringing up the silliest things. But it doesn't seem like he has any interest in lawyering. He has every interest in trolling. Yeah, this tweet. I read this yesterday. He said, "We can add this to the discovery of evidence we will investigate for Mark Waid. I imagine the result will be quite interesting." And all it is, if we go over to your boy Zach's GoFundMe, a lot of people have noticed that it's gone down. I think it was like at 101,000, something like that. And yeah, somebody's donation went away. It was a big one. I mean, he still has $96,000. It doesn't really. This makes no sense to me. So I had to respond. If this is what you consider evidence, I can't wait for this to go to trial. And so it begins. If we jump over, let me get to the right page here. Mark Zaid files to dismiss Richard Meyer's lawsuits against Mark Waid. And it was interesting to me because the biggest beef he had, he's not necessarily denying, or at least that's not the case he's making, that tortious interference happened. His issue is with the state of California, that Mark Waid doesn't live in California. I'm no lawyer. That seems silly. It seems desperate, just like his tweets. Plaintiff brought this suit against Mr. Waid, a California citizen with no contacts with Texas, in an illegitimate effort to intimidate and silence Mr. Waid's free speech. Right. Wow. So Waid wasn't interfering with your boy Zach's free speech when he was trying to publish a comic freely. It's the other way around. I love this. Yeah, you're not the victim. I'm the victim. Yeah, he also says some negative things about Zach. Who cares? I mean, none of that matters. Plaintiff's complaint fails to identify any allegations of fact establishing any connection between Mr. Waid and Texas. Instead, plaintiff merely alleges a single phone call between Mr. Waid, who was in California at the time, and a San Antonio publishing company. Okay, so he might have been in California at the time, but the world is really small. You can make a phone call to anywhere. It doesn't matter. Because the publisher was in Texas, that's where the deal was made, and Mr. Waid was able to call and do it. He thinks this isn't like Bonnie and Clyde days where you can, jump the state line and you're safe. You can commit crimes wherever you're committing them. I mean, it seems stupid to me. Yeah, any connection between plaintiff's allegations and Texas is merely collateral. I mean, Texas. I this feels like this is grasping at straws. Zaid concludes plaintiff fails to establish even a prima facie case of personal jurisdiction over Mr. Waid, thus requiring dismissal of this lawsuit. I think that Zaid, Waid, I think they both know that this dismissal is not going to happen. That seems desperate to me. And Rekieta Law seems to agree. He says, let's see, Mark Waid does a ton of business all over the country because he sells comic books in every state. Now he is an employee of a publisher. He's an executive at a publishing house. Yeah. Nick continues, even so, he called a publisher in Texas about a contract in Texas involving another guy in Texas. What does he think he's doing? Exactly. I mean, it doesn't matter. You don't have immunity if you're in another state and you commit a crime in Texas from California. You're still committing a crime. It doesn't make sense. It's not how it works. Doesn't make sense to me. But we'll look back. He has an update. If I could get to the right page here. Mark Waid. And I find it interesting that he's gonna post an update here, and he always makes a jab at all of the commentators. In parentheses, the trolls in the comic section have done a pretty good job of showcasing what we're up against. I mean, I'm sure there are some trolls down here, but and that's why you're not a lawyer nor a journalist. That article left out chunks of the story. It is heavily biased. I mean, so the thing is, if we're going to go full circle here, if this is considered trolling, then let's head back to Twitter here, and that looks like Mark Waid is participating in trolling. So I don't really know how to make sense of all this, other than that I think Waid are desperate. And this is another attempt to do something, shake something up, I guess. So if you like this content, please like and subscribe. I want to spend more time doing script stuff, but I feel like there's just so much going on with Comicsgate that I need to be making videos about it and giving you updates. Please subscribe. Let me know in the comment section below what you think of Waid. Is this guy really a lawyer? Are we being punked here? And I will see you soon.